Should China consider relaxing its family planning policy even more to beyond 2 children?
I think right now China says the families can have 2 children, not more. But even for that, not every family is taking up the opportunities. There are some families who choose to have 2 children, but more families, they choose not to have 2 children. I think according to a survey, only 30% of the young couples, they say they want to have 2 children. And in 2016, the first year after the Chinese government relaxed the family planning policy, over 18 million births were given, which is a little bit more than the average in previous 5 years. So yes, there is a little rise in birth, but not much. So I think even if the government relaxes the policy even more, not many people are taking up that chance because it's becoming very, very expensive to have children, just like in the United States.
What do you think that, though, can be done to encourage more families to consider having more children and raise the fertility rate?
I think many countries in the West have tried. They are also experiencing the problem of low fertility, and they have tried a lot of things to encourage fertility. But I think the declining fertility is a result of modernization and development. To me, it seems to be a one-way street. It's very difficult to reverse that trend. But obviously, there are something that government can do to make it a little better. For example, they can have family-friendly policies so that people can pursue their career as well as have a family at the same time. Another thing is they can make education, housing more affordable so that families don't feel they are so pressured in terms of the cost for raising a child.
Professor, we know that the growing aging population is a big issue in China, but what are some of the other concerns about China's overall population shrinking?
In addition to the aging and the low fertility, I think another major population issue in China right now is the massive migration from from village to cities. China is in the midst of urbanization, and right now about 56% of the population live in cities. Every year, about 250 million migrants coming from villages going into cities. Unfortunately, because of the so-called household registration system or hukou system, which is also called internal passport system, these migrants are treated somewhat illegal in cities. So even though they live in cities and work in cities for years and decades, but they are still treated as outsiders, which means they are not qualified for a lot of services such as subsidized housing, public education for their children, and so on. So that's going to be another major challenge, how to integrate and include these migrants into the urban society in the future.
All right, Dr. Huang, thank you so much for joining us from Albany, New York. We appreciate it.